all have these jokes about man don't have deep voices anymore and that Adam's apples are not a thing anymore and yada yada yada. But I think as women we should be grateful. We should be grateful that some of these men don't have deep voices anymore because if I recall, a lot of men with deep voices back in the day was tricking y'all out y'all panties, your house, and your home. It is too many stories, too many movies, too many Lifetime movies, too many documentations, too many stories where a brother wasn't even that good looking, but he had a deep voice and could sing and maybe could even dance and was slipping into these women's lives and destroying them piece by piece. Baby, I don't know if the women of today could handle a Barry White. Just imagine deep voiced men running around these streets nowadays. I don't know. I mean, yes, the women are getting smarter. Yes, people are choosing better. Yes, we are having more self esteem and stuff than our parents and grandparents and aunties and uncles. But baby, I think we would still be in shambles if the men looked like the men from the 90s and had the voices of the men from the 70s and 80s. I don't think we would be prospering as well. Because a lot of those women back in the day created the women of today with the girls, but not really the girls, but what's the word y'all use nowadays? The man centered women. The man centered women got created because of the men of the past, and they don't exist anymore. But imagine if they did, the streets would be in shambles. Imagine a deep voiced Tupac, several thousand of them to be exact, still running around in these streets in 2022, 25. The TikTok, the TikTok streets, the Instagram streets, the Facebook streets will be in shambles. Everybody would be in shambles. We can be honest. People would fold. There will be a lot of folding. It's the fact that men are not the way that men used to be is the reason why we are not folding the way that we were folding back in the day. Is the reason why we're not running the streets, climbing fences to get into buildings to see superstars the way we used to. It's not like we're fainting at the sight of men because they don't look the way they used to look. They don't sound the way they used to sound. They don't dress the way they used to dress. They don't smell the way they used to smell. So it's easier to be like, yeah, no, I'm gone. I'm leaving. I'm not taking this. I'm not doing that. I fight back. But imagine if we had the men of our mother's past, our aunties' past, hell, some of our sisters and brothers' past. Imagine if they still existed. And it was several thousand of them just roaming around, models. Imagine Morris Chestnut, Terrence Howard, the 90s, the faces of the men and the bodies of the man of the past, old and young, Billy D. Williams, Denzel Washington, still coming to your house and steal your chick. But imagine if they existed today, the streets would be in shambles. There's a reason why we were in high school jumping over fences and ditching high school to be with older men. It wasn't fully because there were grooming happening. It was a lot of just hot tail pantsness happening. Because imagine you meet this man and he looks and smells and sound and it's a lot of power. It's a lot of power in appeal. There's a lot of power in a man that knows how to dress and knows how to smell good and knows how to smile and brush his teeth and has just an inkling of a dollar to his name. But more so importantly, that knows he looks good and has the confidence to exude it. There is the power in charm. Imagine charming men who know that they're charming, who knows how to use that to their advantage. Shambles, everybody. Everybody being shambles on the floor, screaming, shouting, locked up. It's true. It's true. It's true. That's how a lot of people got locked up back then. There's a lot of people that got caught up and had relationships and was locked down and forever 20,000, 50 years, 30 years. You look at our aunties and our grandmas and you're like, how come you are still with that man and y'all not together? That because you didn't see what that man used to look like back in the day. She still remembers it. Bulging Adam's apple and all. Like that was the reason why we had the music that we had. That is the reason why Mariah Carey was I give my all to have just one more night with you. Now we're not singing about one more night. We're giving our all to run away, to leave, to disappear, to block. Because we don't have the man that we used to have back in the day. If the man looked or acted or anything like back in the day, baby, I keep telling y'all, we will be in shambles. Caught up, mind's gone, dead, disastrous. And the same thing go for the men, honestly. If the women looked and acted and sounded and seemed like they were in the past. Because I've seen some like vixen models. I've seen some people of today that look like they could have been a 90s model, and I'm just like, I will fall for you. So I understand. But it's just the fact that like nothing of the past exists today. Nothing. And it's probably a good thing. It's probably a good thing.